Now that you're an elderly, do you ever feel insecure about how you look in the mirror? When you look in the mirror, you might wonder if your charm and good looks are still as strong as they used to be. No matter what, you might be a lot more attractive than you think. Not only having a full beard or features that make you look young aren't the only things that make someone attractive. Over time, a deeper quality comes out. Some people's actions, reactions, and even small signs can tell you a lot about how they're feeling when you're with them. In spite of how you feel about your looks, there are some things that show you look great for your age. We'll talk about 7 signs that your attractiveness is still high in this video. It's not just about how you look. These show what kind of impression you make on other people. When it comes to these signs, this is just the beginning. They include the way you walk, how people react when you walk into a room, and even the compliments that aren't said out loud. If you stick with me until the end, you might find that the things that make you unique are the ones you overlook the most. Before we begin, I want to thank you for being here. Your presence truly matters. Today's message holds a piece of timeless wisdom that might gently shift how you see things, even just a little. I hope you'll stay with me until the end, where I'll share one heartfelt insight that's helped many along the way. If this feels like a space you'd like to return to, please like, subscribe, and tap the bell so we can keep growing together. And if you're here with me now, let me know by commenting, "I'm here and ready for wisdom." I always read your words, and they mean more than you know. Having self-confidence, self-assurance, and a good sense of style might help you more than you thought. You might have a completely different view of yourself after you're done. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on the bell so that you don't miss any videos before we start. In the comments, give the video a like if you liked it and a 0 if you didn't. Your comments are helpful, and I will use them to make better videos. Now let's begin. To begin, a lot of people ask you for help and advice. The number of times women ask for your help, advice, or company is a strong sign that they find you attractive, even if you don't know it. This might not seem like a way to rate how attractive you are, but it tells you a lot about how other people see you. It becomes clearer that you are mature, wise, and calm as you age. It's both comforting and interesting that your stability belies the fact that you've been through life's storms. Men who are sure of themselves, reliable, and emotionally intelligent are naturally drawn to women. These traits will make other people want to come to you for advice and support the most. Think about the time someone has come up to you, like a younger man looking for career advice, a friend asking for your opinion on a personal matter, or even a stranger asking for directions. Even though these things don't seem important, they show that other people care about what you think. People like people who are quiet but strong and reliable, even if they don't always get praise for it. Consider a 67-year-old man like Richard. He wasn't sure if he was good looking, but he did notice that friends, coworkers, and even strangers would come to him for advice whether they were at work or out with friends. Younger men would come to him for help with their relationships, but women would talk to him for hours on end, eager to learn about his life and beliefs. He didn't mean for them to feel that way, but being with him made them feel better. Being that trustworthy isn't just a sign of being smart, it's also a sign of having a lot of natural appeal. People usually want to be with a man who comes across as quiet and sure of himself and doesn't feel the need to prove anything. It has nothing to do with how someone looks. It has to do with the energy they bring into a room. Do not forget that women are paying attention. Although younger men may still be trying to get attention, an older man who is sure of himself without trying too hard stands out. A woman might not say, "I find you attractive," but if she values your input, respects your opinion, and enjoys having deep conversations with you, that pretty much says it all. If you've noticed that people are drawn to you, even in casual settings, that means you have something interesting to offer. You might not know it, but the way you're just being is magnetic in ways you haven't thought of. Second, people tell you how good you look and how you style yourself. No matter what age, a man who cares about how he looks stands out. It's clear that you're making an impression if people often tell you nice things about how you dress, how you look, or even how you carry yourself. It may seem like a small thing, but these comments often reveal a lot more than just admiration for a well-dressed person. They let you know that other people find you attractive. Many men develop their own style as they get older. This style shows that they are confident, have experience, and respect themselves. Small but important choices like a well-fitted blazer, shiny shoes, a neatly trimmed beard, or even just a signature scent show that you care about how you look, and women especially notice that. Take a look. People often tell you nice things like, "That color looks great on you," "I love your haircut," or "You always look so put together." These aren't just nice comments. They mean that people notice you, that your style makes you look good, and that you stand out in a way that others like. Let's look at Robert. He never gave his looks much thought until he was 68 years old. Then he noticed something interesting. Women would often comment on his clothes or how well-groomed he looked, whether he was with family or just running errands. He didn't pay much attention to it at first because he thought they were just being polite. But after a while, he realized that they weren't just saying things for no reason. They were a direct response to how he carried himself, but more importantly, they showed how other people saw him. Well-groomed, sure of himself, and attractive. To be stylish, you don't have to follow the latest trends. You just have to know what looks good on you and wear it with pride. People notice when a man cares about himself enough to dress well and groom himself. Pay attention to how people act when they see you, even if they don't say nice things. Do they look again? Do they get brighter when you walk into a room? Do they like it when you stand next to them or shake their hand? These little things tell people a lot about how they see you. Looking good isn't just about looking young. It's also about how you present yourself. When you care about how you look and work hard to look your best and other people notice, that's a sign that you're getting more attention than you think. If you're still watching this video and think these ideas are helpful, please let me know in the second comment below. Let's keep going. Third, women look you in the eyes for longer than usual. A lot of the time, attraction can be shown without words. If you're an older man who looks good, the way women look at you is one of the best ways to tell. If a woman looks at you for a little longer than necessary, it's not a mistake. A long look is often an unconscious sign of admiration, interest, or even curiosity. It's not always easy for women, especially shy ones, to show interest in a man through direct words or bold actions. Instead, they talk to each other with their bodies, and long eye contact is one of the most powerful ways they do this. It's not just a quick glance or a polite nod. It's when her eyes stay on you for a moment longer than usual, as if she wants to think about something about you that caught her eye. How often did this happen to you last? It could have happened in a restaurant, a coffee shop, or even while walking in the park. Someone looks at you, quickly looks away, and then looks back at you a short time later. The short pause before looking away says a lot about their doubt. When someone finds someone interesting but doesn't want to say it, this is a normal thing to do. For instance, imagine a man like Charles who's 72 and never really thought of himself as particularly attractive. He assumed that at his age, women wouldn't notice him the way they used to. But one day while enjoying a quiet afternoon at a bookstore, he caught a younger woman looking at him from across the room. When he moved to a different part of the room, he saw it again. At first, he thought it was nothing. She took a quick look at him and held her gaze for just 1 second too long. Then she smiled slightly and went back to her book. But Charles didn't know that his presence, his calm demeanor, and the way he walked with quiet confidence had made an impression. A lot of older men don't understand that she wasn't just staring because she was interested. Women, regardless of age, appreciate a man who carries himself with confidence, a man who isn't desperate for attention but naturally commands it. The way you move, the way you stand, and the way you look back at someone all communicate something about you. If women seem to hold eye contact with you, even for just a second longer than expected, that's a strong sign that they find something about you appealing. It might be your eyes, the way you dress, or simply the way you exude quiet self-assurance. The next time you catch a woman looking at you, don't be so quick to dismiss it. It could be more than an accident. It could be the clearest sign yet that you're much more attractive than you think. Number 4, women naturally gravitate toward you. One of the clearest signs that you're a good-looking older man is the way people seem to be drawn to you without you even trying. It's not always about having a strong jawline or looking young. There's something more important at play. People are naturally attracted to confidence, self-assurance, and an aura of wisdom. And you might be exuding those qualities more than you realize. Think about the times you've walked into a room and felt a subtle shift in energy. Maybe people look in your direction more often than not, or perhaps conversations seem to flow easily when you're around. You may find that people, especially women, enjoy talking with you, whether it's at a cafe, a family gathering, or even a casual interaction at the grocery store. They lean in when you speak, they engage with your stories, and they seem genuinely interested in what you have to say. This happens because an attractive man isn't just someone with a strong jawline or a full head of hair. It's someone who carries himself with quiet confidence. There's a steadiness in your presence, a sense of ease that makes people feel comfortable, and that kind of attractiveness never fades with age. For example, think about a time when a woman, whether she was younger or closer to your age, seemed to hold eye contact a little longer than usual, or maybe she found a reason to extend the conversation, asking questions about your life, your thoughts, or your experiences. It's subtle, but it's telling. Women in particular are drawn to men who make them feel at ease, who listen, and who exude a kind of effortless self-possession that younger men often lack. It's also worth noting that when you have this presence, people trust you more, they seek your advice, they enjoy being around you, and they value your company. If you've ever had someone tell you that they feel comfortable opening up to you, even if they barely know you, that's a sign that you're exuding an attractive kind of energy. At the end of the day, attractiveness isn't just about how you look in the mirror, it's about how others feel in your presence. If you've noticed that people naturally enjoy being around you, that's not a coincidence. It's a reflection of the appeal you carry, whether you see it or not. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 5, you have a confident, relaxed presence. One of the most attractive traits in an older man isn't about looks at all. It's about presence. If you move through life with a quiet, relaxed confidence, people notice and they're drawn to it. Unlike younger men who may still be figuring themselves out, an older man who is comfortable in his own skin exudes a type of confidence that can't be faked. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or trying to prove anything to anyone. It's about carrying yourself with a sense of ease, knowing who you are, what you stand for, and having nothing to prove. That kind of confidence is magnetic. Think about the times you've walked into a room and felt people's attention shift, not because you were demanding it, but simply because of the way you carried yourself. Maybe people naturally make space for you in conversations. Maybe women feel comfortable around you, engaging with you without hesitation. That's because true confidence puts others at ease. It makes people feel safe, intrigued, and respected all at once. Take someone like George, 74. He's not flashy, he doesn't try to impress anyone, and yet people always seem drawn to him. When he speaks, people listen. When he enters a room, there's an effortless authority about him, not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that invites respect. Women notice it too. It's not about physical perfection. It's about the sense of calm and security he provides just by being himself. There's a reason why a relaxed presence is so appealing. In a world where so many people are anxious, insecure, and constantly seeking validation, a man who is truly at ease with himself stands out. He doesn't need to fill every silence with words. He doesn't need to seek approval. He simply exists in a way that commands quiet respect. And that kind of self-assurance doesn't go unnoticed by women. They appreciate a man who doesn't feel the need to dominate a conversation, but who also isn't afraid to speak when it matters. A man whose posture is strong but not rigid, whose smile is genuine but never forced, and whose very presence makes others feel safe. So if you've ever wondered why people seem naturally drawn to you, why women feel comfortable in your presence, or why you don't have to try too hard to earn respect, it's because confidence, when real, is impossible to ignore, and that in itself is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Number 6, you receive subtle compliments about your physical condition. Attractiveness isn't just about a youthful face or a full head of hair. It's also about how well you take care of yourself and the way that effort shows. If people, especially women, have ever commented on your posture, your energy, or even made casual remarks about how fit or strong you look, that's a clear sign that you're making an impression. You don't have to be a bodybuilder or spend hours in the gym to be seen as physically attractive. What really stands out is when a man takes care of himself, staying active, maintaining good posture, and moving with ease. People notice when a man carries himself with strength, even in subtle ways. Whether it's the way you stand, how you walk, or even how you shake hands, those small cues speak volumes about your overall vitality. Consider a man like Thomas, 69. He never thought of himself as particularly fit, but he always took the time to go on morning walks, stretch regularly, and keep his body moving. He didn't realize how much that mattered until one day a woman in her 50s casually mentioned, "I hope I have that much energy when I reach your age." At first he brushed it off as just a polite comment, but then he started noticing a pattern. Women, sometimes much younger, would compliment his strong handshake, his good posture, or the fact that he seemed so active and engaged in life. It wasn't about having an athlete's body, it was about the way he carried himself. That's because people, especially women, aren't just attracted to looks. They're drawn to energy, movement, and the unspoken signals of good health. A man who stays active, who keeps himself moving with confidence and ease, exudes a kind of appeal that is impossible to ignore. Think about the way you carry yourself. When you sit, do you slouch, or do you hold yourself with confidence? When you walk into a room, do you move with purpose, or do you seem weighed down by the years? These small details may not seem like much, but they shape how others perceive you. A man who stands tall, who moves with agility and ease, naturally commands attention. It's also worth noting that fitness doesn't just show in your physical appearance. It's reflected in your energy levels, your attitude, and even the way you engage in conversations. If people often say things like, "You look like someone who stays active," or "You seem younger than your age," take it as a sign they're recognizing something about you that goes beyond surface-level looks. So if you've ever been told that you look strong or that you have great energy, don't brush it off as nothing. It's one of the clearest signs that you're an attractive older man, even if you don't see it yourself. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 7, women laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Humor is one of the most underrated yet powerful indicators of attractiveness. If women laugh at your jokes, even the ones that you know are corny or simple, that's a clear sign that they enjoy your presence. And more importantly, they find you appealing. Laughter isn't just about finding something funny. It's a social response, a way of connecting with others. When a woman genuinely laughs at what you say, it's not always about the joke itself. It's about how she feels around you. If she finds you engaging, warm, and comfortable to be with, she's far more likely to laugh at your humor, even if it's nothing groundbreaking. Think about the times you've told a joke in a social setting. Maybe you threw out a classic dad joke, something simple, maybe even predictable, but instead of rolling her eyes, she laughed. Maybe she even leaned in a little closer, touched your arm as she chuckled, or responded with an amused shake of the head while smiling. These small, natural reactions aren't just signs that she found your words funny, they're indicators that she enjoys your company. Consider a man like Henry, 73, who always had a habit of making lighthearted, harmless jokes in conversation. He never thought much of it until he realized that women, especially those he found interesting, seemed to laugh at his jokes more often than not. At first he assumed they were just being polite, but over time he noticed a pattern. Women lingered in conversations with him, engaged more, and seemed to light up when he spoke. What Henry didn't realize was that his humor was doing more than just entertaining. It was creating a bond. Humor is attractive because it signals confidence, intelligence, and emotional ease. It tells people that you don't take life too seriously, that you're comfortable with who you are, and that you can find joy in even the simplest moments. Women in particular appreciate men who can make them laugh without trying too hard. Men who can create a light, enjoyable atmosphere without feeling the need to impress. This doesn't mean you have to be a stand-up comedian. It's not about delivering the perfect punchline. It's about being yourself and sharing a moment of joy with someone. If you've noticed that women respond positively to your humor, even when it's simple or lighthearted, take it as a sign they're enjoying your presence. They feel at ease around you, and on some level, they find you attractive. So the next time you make a joke and hear laughter, especially from a woman who seems engaged in the conversation with you, don't dismiss it as just good manners. It might just be one of the clearest signs yet that you're more attractive than you think. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons valuable, please comment number 7 below to let me know you're here. Now let's wrap things up. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on the 7 signs we've explored. Maybe you've recognized some of these in yourself, or perhaps you've started to see yourself in a new light. The truth is, attractiveness isn't just about youth. It's about presence, confidence, and the way you make others feel when they're around you. Many men go through life unaware of how much they stand out. They assume that because they're older, their appeal has faded, when in reality, it has only evolved. Women notice the way you carry yourself, the confidence you project, and the energy you bring into a room. They see the care you put into your appearance, the way you interact with others, and the sense of self-assurance that only comes with experience. So if you've ever doubted your appeal, remember this. Your attractiveness isn't measured by the number of wrinkles on your face or the color of your hair. It's measured by the respect you command, the conversations you spark, and the way people feel in your presence. You have qualities that younger men can't replicate: wisdom, maturity, and a self-possession that makes you uniquely attractive. What stood out to you the most? Which of these signs do you see in yourself? Or which one do you feel you can embrace moving forward? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If something in today's message touched your heart or sparked a new thought, we warmly invite you to subscribe and tap the bell so you're always part of this growing circle of wisdom. And if you feel called, please type in the comments, "My story matters." It's a quiet but powerful way to honor your own journey and to let others know they're not alone. And if today's message felt meaningful, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Sometimes a simple share becomes a light in someone else's day. Keep shining. Your presence brings so much good into this world.